What's up, everybody? It's Tim from Tim's School of Fish.
And I'm Jake with Uncommon EDC. How's everyone doing tonight?
I'm doing good, Jake. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing pretty good. It's CCKS this weekend for me, so excited to get out to a show. Don't plan on spending too much, but there's some pretty big makers there, so I might end up grabbing something.
That's awesome. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for out there, or just going to see what happens when you get there?
Yeah, mostly gonna see what happens when I get there, but I know Chris Reeve is gonna be there, so if I can get an Umnazon, that's been pretty high up on my list for a while. So if I can grab one of those, I'll probably grab that. It's like my main piece for the show.
Not too many people here yet. It looks like only a few people, but I see some of the regulars here. Jeff Jackson, Marco, Chad Griffin from Griffin Pipes Lethal. What's up, brother? Speaking of which, so Chad, I met him in the pipe community. He's a
Right.
pipe smoker, and he also makes. Chad, where can people buy your stuff? Like, do you have a website or just hit you up on Instagram or what? Because Chad makes some killer freaking stuff, man.
Yeah.
I need to get my hands on one of them.
Yeah, at least on my end, your audio cut out for a second there. You came back when you were saying where can you find it, but yeah, I just followed him over on Instagram, and he does make some really sweet looking pipes.
Yeah, dude, freaking nice. And I'm not sure how long he's been doing it, but he's got it down pat. What up, Skibby?
What's going on? But
Mm.
yeah, some really cool stuff.
Um, Hang on one second.
Yeah, of course.
I don't have a bunch of new stuff this week. Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Yeah, so check him out, Griffin Pipes. Uh, he makes some awesome stuff. Chad, how long have you been doing that? About a year. Yeah, bro, you got it down. You are a natural at that because I know there's people that have been hand turning pipes for years and years and years.
For
Um,
sure.
Going gear. I don't have going gear. Are you still doing going gear?
I am still doing going gear. It has not shipped yet. I just got charged for it today, which I think is just an automatic charge. I always get charged on the 22nd, but no shipping information on it yet.
Look at that. Those are freaking beautiful, man. Look at that
Yeah.
rustication. I know not everybody's a pipe smoker, but as a knife guy, you know, you can
Yeah.
appreciate the craftsmanship. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um,
I don't smoke pipes. I got a nice corn cob one that I gave to my brother-in-law, but definitely just appreciate the artistry of them. I think they're beautiful. And I think it's something I probably could get into since I smoke cigars, but
I think you could. And, I always recommend when people first start trying a pipe to start with a corncob pipe for a couple reasons. Number one, they're inexpensive. So now they do make some like
yeah,
artisan type ones that you can spend a lot of money on. But for the most part, if you get like a Missouri Meerschaum, it's inexpensive. If you decide it's not for you, pass it on to somebody else, throw it away,
yeah,
throw it in a drawer, whatever, and you're not out, but a couple $100. And the other thing is they smoke very well. They're
right.
good smokers. They smoke cool. Um, so it's just a good place to start. I always recommend that to everyone. Speaking of pipe stuff, we don't want to hijack the show, but I do want to shout out Mike Reese. And I don't think he's here, but he lives in Virginia. And they recently had the Richmond Pipe Show. And so he went there and he sends me some knives to review from time to time, but he sent me a Sutliff hat. Sutliff
Nice.
is a pipe tobacco brand that's part of the Mac Baron family. And then this book that tells the history of Sutliff. And I think he picked all this stuff up at the show. Like
That's
Sutliff was
awesome.
one of the big sponsors, so they were giving out freebies. Bunch of different Sutliff tobaccos. Um, of course, just like the knife show, you know, stickers, patches, um, some pipe cleaners, more stickers, a bunch more samples. He got me this little, it's called a check tool. It's like a little pipe tool with a spoon and a reamer and a tamper, and this really cool leather pouch. This is
Nice.
just a tobacco pouch. So you just put your tobacco in there and carry it with you for the day or whatever.
That's sweet.
Yeah. So yeah, he sent that to me. I thought that was pretty cool. It must be nice to live in Virginia, where, you know, where they still grow tobacco, and be able
Right.
to go to those shows, and it's right in his backyard. So that was pretty
That's
cool.
sweet.
What's
Yeah,
up,
speaking of
Kathleen?
stickers, I just got one of those, you know, at Lowe's, they have those Cobalt mini toolboxes.
Yeah.
So I stopped by Lowe's, they had a bunch of them on display, and just kind of on a whim ended up grabbing one. I don't know why, I have a giant toolbox for my knives. It's like a 56-inch workbench, but thinking I'm going to sticker bomb it, so finally have a use for all of these random stickers that we get with everything.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I've got so many stickers everywhere, and I recently cleaned up my home office slash studio here. Sorry, and that's one thing I didn't get to. I was gonna like put all my stickers and stuff that aren't stuck to anything in
Right.
a box, but I've still got them. Just they're like stashed everywhere. There's little stashes of stickers.
Yeah, I have a stack of them building up on my desk, but I keep them all just like in a little Rubbermaid container type thing.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna do something like that.
It's like,
Yeah, there you go.
let's see. Thing is just full of stickers.
Um, Chad's asking where's the best place to get stickers made. I get mine from Sticker Mule. Um,
Yep. I did the
and
same for my most recent sticker meal.
yeah, Chad, Sticker Mule, like donkey, except mule. They have a little online, they have like a little studio thing where you can upload artwork or stuff like that, or just sort of create your own using little templates that they have. What's
Yep.
up, Chris? Thanks for joining
Yeah,
us,
my
brother.
first round of stickers, I used Cole's wife, Tri-State River Valley Creations, and I don't think she's taking any orders right now, so that's why I went to sticker meal for the second round. But she did some sweet holographic ones. I didn't do holo with sticker meal because you have to kind of have your own design ready to go, and so I just used kind of a flat file, chose the colors.
Yeah, yeah. Sticker Mule has they have good sales all the time too. Like they're very reasonably priced and their quality. But if you sign up for their texts, like their text
Yeah.
notifications, you get a lot more sales. They'll do like 50 die cut stickers for $19, and you
Yep.
just with free shipping. I mean, you can't beat it. And
Yeah.
they'll send you a proof before they actually start production. So, and you know, they'll ask you to confirm the proof ahead of time. So if there's anything wonky or it came out weird, you can say, hold on, I need you to fix this before you make them. So they're pretty good.
Yep. Yeah, and they're always sending like crazy little promotions. I got one the other day. It was like
Yeah,
14 buttons
yeah,
for
yeah.
$4 or something like that.
I got some refrigerator magnets too.
Oh, nice.
Like 25 refrigerator magnets for $19. You
Right.
just can't beat that. And so I
That's sweet.
had yeah, and I just wait until they go on sale. I had the Blackwater Knife Company stickers made at Sticker Mule too. Um,
Nice.
Bluminati Ninja did the art for
That's
me.
right.
Yeah, and then I just uploaded it to Sticker Mule and they did it. So that's who
Yeah,
I use most.
speaking of, your newest knife is still in stock for people that are looking for it, right?
Yeah, I've still got it. It's the Blackwater Knife Company Bonefish. I think I've got about 5 left. I do have one of every handle variant. So it's about 7.875 inches. So big enough for a 4-finger grip, big enough for an everyday carry, but also small enough for a front pocket fixed blade. Wharncliffe, hollow grind, absolutely awesome. Sales have been a little slow on the Snook. When I dropped the Snook, which was my first one in August, those sold out immediately, like
Yeah.
gone. This time, and I did just as much promotion leading up to it, and every time I do a video or a short, I still mention it every day. But sales are pretty slow across the board. Like all makers and designers are kind of in a little lull right now. I don't know if the economy is catching up to people. I don't know if folks have election jitters or what's going on, kind of in a holding pattern, sort of wait and see what's going to happen here. Do I need
Yeah.
to have money in the bank? I think you're right, Chad. I think it's just really starting to catch up to folks now where they can't
Every knife
justify.
maker.
Yeah.
Exactly. Every knife maker I've talked to has said the same thing. Views on knife videos are a little bit slower, especially more expensive knives, a little bit slower. And yeah, it just seems like across the board, money's a little bit tighter for everyone.
Yeah, and the price on the bonefish is the same as they were for the snook, and very reasonable. I mean, the highest priced one is like $259. The lowest price one is $189.
Right.
But that's for a USA made, handmade knife. I mean, with fat carbon handles and hollow grind, the works. But I think money's just tight. I mean, they'll sell eventually, but they're still available if you guys want to grab one.
Yeah. And I like both designs, but this one's definitely a little bit more my speed with that smaller front pocket. So I definitely feel like it's got to be just an industry in general.
I just love the freaking blade on this. I love that hollow grind Wharncliffe, which is, and I got into an argument with somebody. He's like, "That's a sheep's foot," and so we got into what makes a sheep's foot versus a Wharncliffe. So technically, a Wharncliffe starts sloping, and it slopes downward the whole time. It's not flat across the top. It constantly slopes downward. But the other thing that defines a Wharncliffe is the tip.
Right there. Yeah. Because it doesn't slope up, right? On the Wharncliffe, it's completely flat all the way across.
Right. A Wharncliffe and a sheep's foot both have a flat bottom blade with no belly, but a Wharncliffe slopes downward the whole time. This flat part doesn't exist. Now, on a sheep's foot, it runs parallel. The spine and the edge bevel run parallel, but then when it slopes downward, the downward slope to the tip is more abrupt, and it does not have the sharp tip. So I was like, I mean, it's kind of in between. It's a sheep's foot with a sharp tip, or it's a Wharncliffe without a constant slope. But he was just being a jackass. I was like, bro, get out of here.
Yeah, still available, Illuminati. I put a link in the comments if you want to check it out. But I think one of each variant, I think two of one of them. So
yeah. That's a good way to look at it, Skibby. A Wharncliffe is a sheep's foot that you can stab with, but technically it slopes downward. The downward slope to the tip starts at the ricasso, and it slopes downward. You don't hardly see any true Wharncliffes anymore. You just don't. There's a few of them out there, but So what you got new? You got anything new this week? I don't have much.
Not a whole lot. I have this on loan, the Matsi Striga company I hadn't heard of. My buddy who I was loaning the Necronaut fixed blade out to had this one come in and had asked if I heard of it, but hadn't heard of it. They're OEM'd by Best Tech, designed in Poland. Sweet little mini pocket cleaver. Let's see if it's showing that. It has the brand right there on the spine or the back spacer, that Matsi. But yeah, just a sweet little cleaver blade that's really fidgety for such a small knife. Super good action on it. Best Tech always does a pretty good job on them though. But
and that's a Polish company, you said?
Yeah, Polish company, but they're OEM'd by Best Tech.
there's some knives coming out of Eastern Europe. You know what I mean? Some
Yep.
designers and some makers coming out of Poland and the Balkans and stuff like that. So that's good to see. I like to see that. Dick Ritchie's here. What's up, Dick Ritchie? Ken Faulkner's here. Ken got a bonefish. It should have showed up at your house already, Ken, yesterday or today at the latest, I would hope.
Yeah, very nice. By the way, Ken, if you're going to be at CCKS, let me know. I'll be there both days. Ken's local to me. We've met up before. We met up in Atlanta too, but we met up locally
Yeah.
as well. So hopefully we'll get a chance to connect.
The only brand new thing that I have. What's up, Stacy? Stacy, I did a video on that Swiss Army knife that you sent me that I'm going to post tomorrow. The only brand new thing that I have, so RoseCraft's got a new one coming out. This is what the hell is it called? The Sweetwater Creek Senator.
Nice.
Has a lamb's foot blade on it. This one has red sandalwood covers with the spade shield. And then he also did it in stag. Look at that craggy stag on there.
Yeah, that's sweet. I always
Yeah.
have a hard time remembering the names of their models for some reason.
Yeah.
I think because a lot of them are pretty similar. They're, all named after creeks and rivers, and so it's
Yeah.
a little bit similar, but I always have a hard time.
Well, and then I had to do some edits on the video because this one just dropped last week, the Stinking Creek Sow Belly, and this one's the Sweetwater Creek Senator. And I kept saying them wrong, Stinking Creek, Sweetwater Creek. I was like, all right, bro, you can't release two S knives at the same back to back. You're killing me.
Yep. The same thing with the pouches and patches. Every time I make a video on those, it's just a tongue twister.
Yeah, so this one's dropping a week from today, actually.
Sweet.
Tuesday the 29th. I think this one's going to be really popular. I think people are going to dig that lamb's foot, kind of like a little coping blade almost.
Yep.
A little bit smaller. I think it's like 6.5, 6.7 overall.
Right.
Got the wildfire. That's this one. It's all oiled up, so you have to ignore all the oil. It's got that. It's called Fire Micarta. It's layered black and red. Hard to see in this light, but yeah, I've got this one oiled up because this is carbon steel, and I don't want it to collect any patina.
Right. Yeah, what else do I have new in? This from the Olight sale. This was the only thing I bought during the Olight sale, which was free. You just paid shipping on it. So their little Halloween light, just kind of keeping with tradition. I have all of their Halloween lights for the last 3 years. So figured I'd just continue that tradition. You end up paying $5 for shipping if you don't buy anything else. If you qualify for free shipping, it's truly free, but didn't really want anything else from the sale. So, but those were pretty sweet little keychain lights.
Hang on. Dick Ritchie says my camera sucks. Hold it down for a second. I'm going to switch to a different.
For sure. For sure. What else? Carrying the Vampire Jack recently with the Sage Grouse leather slip. This isn't specifically made for the Vampire Jack, but I just kind of think it matches pretty well. So he makes some pretty sweet slips. Let's get it out of here. Just realized it matched my watch and hat as well. But my Vampire Jack is just all black DLC, so it's not the red lava flow carbon or whatever it is. Why don't you like Dick Ritchie, Rush? I'm sure that's sarcastic, but yeah, pretty sweet one. Love the combo. I actually have a coffin combo for this one too from Epoch Handmade, but this one just kind of goes really well, so I've been carrying it in this one lately. Sticking with slips, have the Johnny on the spot. I don't think I've seen Cheeto in the chat this week, but I got this one from Cheeto. This is actually how we met up for the first time in person. I bought this off of him and didn't realize that he lived local to me. And so just ended up picking it up rather than shipping it. So he sent out the Johnny on the spot. And it has that tool on the sheath too. So kind of a cool little combination. And this one's pretty sweet. I haven't made a video on it, but it has just kind of general multi-tool type tools on it. Is it your literal brother, Dick? Or brother in the sense like that's my brother? Ooh, the Bionic from CCKS. I'm hoping that, I don't know if you saw at Blade Show West, Ken, that he did the exclusive version for Blade Show West. I'm hoping there's an exclusive version for CCKS similar to that. I don't remember the numbers of them, but it was extremely limited with that weird carbon fiber. And I think he said it was so limited because the material was more expensive to make, so they just didn't want to do a huge run for them. I think they charged the same price though. But yeah, going for the golden black. That's the one I went with also. Golden black, sticking with the Kieranite. All right, see you at 33rd State Adventures. Have a good night. Tim's completely dropped off, so he probably lost his internet entirely. Yeah, I missed West this year too. I thought about going, but it's so close to CCKS. I was saving for some other stuff and then just had something pop up the weekend of, so I didn't end up going. But I'm hoping to do all three next year. We'll see. Let's see what else. Got the Necronaut back. I'm about to send this one off to Randy. Tim's getting back on now, so she should be here in a minute. But about to ship this one off to Randy. I had lent it out to my buddy, so really excited to have this one back, though. It's just a sweet, kind of badass looking knife.
Yeah, that is cool. What's that one called?
And you're a little bit clearer, yeah. Yeah, this is a Necronaut.
No, I tried to switch to the other one, but it's not connecting for some reason. I'm going to try it one more time.
All right. It looks pretty good right now, honestly. Or it did look pretty good before we lost you. I don't have the Necronaut folder, but I do have the Crawler. So kind of a similar vibe in a folder here. This was the first Arcane design that I picked up. I got this at CCKS, I think 2021 or 2022, something like that. But got the space bar to match. I don't have it here, but I ended up getting the same inlay for both of them so that they end up matching. See, what else do I have on the table here? I like to go to Texas because a lot of the Englishmen will be there, but way too far. Yeah, Stacy, it's kind of a far one for me too, but I think that's why I'm going to try and make it out this time, is just to kind of see all the people that I've never met in person. Robo Steve, I'm going to pin this so that when Tim does get back on, he's completely dropped off of StreamYard, so he's not seeing the chat either, I don't think. But when he gets back on, he should be seeing it there. What else? It's another CCKS pickup. I gathered a bunch of random CCKS pickups. This one is from Knife Standards. He's also in California. This is the RR Standard, his original design. And then it has kind of a unique finish on it. Usually don't see that stonewash finish on it, but really cool design, a little bit larger than I typically go for. I don't think his internet's actually off. He's trying to get onto, he has a backup internet that's a little bit stronger and not shared throughout the house. So he's trying to get on that one, but can't connect at all. Anything I plan on getting at CCKS? Nothing in particular. I have a pretty small budget for this show comparative to usual shows, but I do want to try and grab an Umnazon if they're in stock. I know Chris Reeve is going to be there, and so they're so hard to get online unless you're buying them on the secondary. But here's my Sabenza in black micarta, but do want a plain Jane Umnazon if they have them available. What about you? And Tim is just getting reconnected, so we should see him in just a second here. Yes. There you are. Oh, and much clearer. Oh, maybe.
Well, it keeps saying no internet, but then when I check the little whatever you call it thing, what is the thing? Like I have a booster,
right, or range extender or whatever.
Yeah, range extender. it says I have a full signal, but then when I try to connect to it, it says no signal. I don't know. I need to get this room hardwired. Otherwise, it's just going to be
Right.
shit.
Yeah, that's what I did
Crew,
with mine. I ended up hardwiring it before we started our stream.
yeah, I'm just going to have to, or this is just ridiculous. Yeah, I have a fiber optic cable in my front yard, as a matter of fact, and that's how good it works. Crooner by Cornell and Deal. Crooner is one that has deer tongue in it, which is like an herb or a spice or something.
Right.
And it's a very distinct flavor. A lot of people say it tastes like perfume, it tastes like soap. I actually like it, but I've never had Crooner. Never tried it.
I love the Oktoberfest name, Cheeto. I was just talking about you before you got in, showing off the Johnny on the spot.
Der Cheeto Schnitzel. That's nice.
Yep.
So, I recently hit 4,000 subscribers, and I'm actually almost to 5,000 subscribers. And when I get to 5,000, I am going to give away the QSP Capybara. This is like 350, 360 bucks, titanium, carbon fiber, M390. So yeah, I got a giveaway for that coming up soon. So you guys keep an eye out on that. Once I hit 4,000 subscribers, the subscriber base has been increasing a little faster. I think
Nice.
that just kind of happens. It grows exponentially faster because you have greater reach or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It seems to come in waves randomly. Last month for me was really good. Usually, any given
Me
month,
too.
I'll do like 300 new subscribers a month, pretty consistently. But I think last month I got about 600.
Yeah, I think I had 500 and something last month, and for October I'm already up to 400 and something. So
Nice,
uh,
congrats.
over the summer was bad. Like it got to the point where I was like, okay, I've been completely shadow banned by YouTube.
Yep.
Um, but I guess that kind of happens in the summertime.
Yeah, July and August was like that for me. June was pretty good. Like I said, can be hit or miss. I'm gonna have to check that out. I've never actually stopped, I don't think, at CJRB on the second day. I grabbed some. What did I grab last year from CJRB? That little mini pyrite, the not the light, but the one that's even smaller than that. But I didn't get any sort of discount on it. I think we're all shadow banned on IG, Dick.
Yeah, everybody is. I've pretty much given up on Instagram. Yeah, Stacy, those are actually my best performing videos. Is the ones where I'm just like intentionally trolling people or intentionally ranting just to see who I can trigger. They always do the best.
Yep.
You'll get there, Chris, man. Just keep on grinding. It takes time.
Sure. For sure. Yeah, it's just consistency. I feel like
It is.
for me, I tried to go, I guess, the sort of metal compacts route where I'm always have a new video out. So just constantly putting out videos, which is tough to maintain, but you do see like a pretty consistent flow of views and subscribers, I think.
And shorts. Shorts
Yeah,
help too. Um, Shorts are like empty calories. I mean, it's a good way to get a lot of subscribers. You're not going to get a lot of view time. Like you're not going to get a lot of time, but shorts just reach more people.
for sure. I did
Yeah. So
notice that they have the link to your shorts now where you can link the long form video.
mhm.
And when they first started that, I didn't really get any views from it, but lately you do see a little bit better conversion.
Yeah, yeah. I've been messing around. Um, so usually used to be when I did a short, I would link a long form video to it, and I've just stopped doing that and just started linking other shorts.
Oh, interesting.
And I don't know if it helps, but it seems to help. You know what I
Nice.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I've never tried linking it to a short. I
Yeah,
usually end up linking it to a long form video. I used to try and always do it to a related long form, but now I
yeah,
just
me
kind of do
too.
the most recent video
Yeah, that's
because
kind of
YouTube's
what I.
not very friendly with like searching for long form videos when you're linking. You have to scroll through.
Yeah, yeah.
So if it was like
So
2 years ago, it's 500 videos ago.
so Dick Ritchie, yeah, I enjoy messing with the trolls too. Um, so Dick Ritchie, he was stuck at like 1,400 subscribers for a while, and
Yeah,
then he just like got tired of it and just started doing just shorts. And since he's been doing only shorts, like he's over 5,000 subs today. I
that's
mean, he's
awesome. Congrats.
yeah, yeah, he's got like 3,500 subs in a month or 6 weeks or something like that. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, yeah, there seems to be built-in thresholds to shorts, I think. So I think the first one is at like the 500 view mark, and sometimes
Hmm.
it'll hit there and plateau. Sometimes it blows right past to 1,000, stops there. And then I feel like if you have over 100% view duration, it will usually hop up a little bit higher to
Yeah,
2,000 to 10,000, somewhere in there.
yeah. Um, so I don't have a lot of new stuff, but I did a mod on this. This is one of those gin build your own knife kits called the Vaquero, and
Right?
this is just plain white bone. And I hope my camera is a little better, but I took this butane torch and burned it, and I think it came out freaking awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna try to do like some jigging on it, kind of
Right.
like the purple barn board series, like some barn board jigging, just real thin lines.
Yeah.
And I took my Dremel tool and tried to do it on the backside of this bone cover, and it just came out all jiggly, like it wasn't straight
Mm.
at all. So I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. It's going to look like shit. But I think that turned out freaking awesome. I like it way better than
Yeah,
what
I
it
like the way
was.
it turned out. You
Yeah.
froze for a minute there. You're back now, but you froze in the perfect spot where you're just holding the knife up to the camera. At least on
Oh
live
yeah.
stream.
Let me. I'm going to try one more time, and if it doesn't work, I am going to be done with it. Let's see.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Another one for me that's been going back into the rotation is the Rubato from O Knife. They have a bunch of different versions of these. I think there's an orange one out now, but it's just kind of a small, lightweight, sort of mini bug out replacement that's got a little bit better scales on it instead of the FRN or GFN, whatever they call their plastic scales. This one has some aluminum scales. And I don't know why, just really digging this one. So I've been carrying this one off and on lately. It had just gotten
You
lost in my
connect?
drawer for a while. Yeah, you're back.
Is it clear?
No, no, about the same.
Shit. Fuck it.
But
I give up.
it seems to be off and on. I feel like anytime it's gotta like go full screen, it struggles a little bit more. Maybe it just
Yeah.
requires a little bit more bandwidth. What's up, Kirby Creek? They
So
should give you the whole Roboto line, Robo. Yeah,
he
that's
does.
sweet.
Yeah, these are so freaking cool.
They
If
are.
you guys are not subscribed to Kirby Creek, go check him out. He does these hand carvings that are just freaking awesome. How long have you been doing this kind of stuff? Like, how long did it take you to get that good? Because if I sat down and tried to carve something like that, um, yeah, it would not look like a fit face at all.
Same. I actually got a bunch of books on whittling, carving, and tried to start getting into it, and I'm just not very good at it. I just need probably more
Yeah,
practice. But I remember in Boy Scouts we did one of those little boxcar racers out of a block of wood, but that's pretty
yeah,
easy, just straight angles and kind of
yeah,
taking off material. You don't actually have to hit a certain design.
yeah. I remember we did that in shop class. in like 7th grade, back when they still had wood shop at school. We
Yep.
did the little boxcar racer thing. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it was also when they still had wood shop. I took wood shop one year and then auto the next.
Yeah. They got
But I
rid
don't
of
even
all
think they
that.
have them in high schools anymore. It's all college
No,
stuff now.
no, they got rid of it when I was still teaching, and I've been out of teaching for about 2.5 years now. But
Yeah.
they got rid of it here where I'm at like 5 years ago. And then they wonder why, you know, my thing is not every kid is going to college, and they know they're not going to college, and that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And yet they wonder why these kids aren't engaged in fucking algebra class. You know what I
Right.
mean? Give them something to get excited about. Let them hang out in the auto shop all day and they'll be engaged. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah,
Doing
those were
something
really
that,
the only classes I did well in.
yeah. Yeah, woodshop was cool.
Nice. So I
And
went
I
through
taught.
most of the knives I have on the table while you were frozen, so don't have a whole lot new to show.
I've got, so gin, those little gin knife kits.
Yeah,
They've sent me 2 of them so far. The first one they sent was called the Captain, which was a black G10 drop point, and I did that one. In, I don't know what's up with my voice tonight. I did that one and then I gave it away. And then they sent me this one called the Vaquero, and I did that one, and then I did a second video with the, burning of it. Well, they sent me another one that I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna do it with my daughter. It's a shit. If I can open it.
is it actually Christmas themed or just a box?
No, it's Christmas themed.
Nice.
Come on. So it's got every, and it's actually an unsharpened blade on this one. So this one is specifically made for kids.
That's cool.
And this one's got a little backspacer in it, and they send you all the hardware. They even send you some bit drivers, and they even send you some pivot lube in there. So
That's cool.
yeah, I'm probably gonna do that with my daughter because
It
she
kind of
has.
reminds me of I don't know if you saw like Boker does an advent calendar one every year where you get a part of the knife each day and build them.
Oh
I think they're
really?
doing 2 this year actually, but
Oh, that's pretty
it's
cool.
cool that this one's kid friendly. It's a good like family activity.
Yeah, yeah. So I've got that. I got the new RoseCraft blades, and that's it. That's all the new stuff that I've gotten since the last show. So not a lot. I've got quite a few freaking Casio watches, but that's my
Nice.
that's my newest rabbit hole.
Nice. I have a Casio on today. I don't know what model this is, but all red as well.
Nice. Hang on a second. Let me pop it up there. Oh yeah, I've got that one in my cart.
Yeah, I'm not
Is
100%
that
sure what model this one is.
that's a
Probably
G
says it
Shock,
on it.
isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, one of the G-Shocks. This one was a Valentine's Day present for my wife.
I think that's the one they call the Casio. Does it have like a little stop sign shaped case?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's called the Casio, um, because the shape of that case is the same as the Royal Oak from
Gotcha.
Audemars Piguet or Piguet, however you pronounce it. That super fancy $100,000 watch that nobody can afford.
Right.
I have this one on today with the big giant freaking.
Did you
This,
display?
yeah.
Nice.
This is the 1600. That's my newest one.
Look at you with the watch and pulling out the dedicated flashlight, not just using your phone. You're full on EDC now.
It's ridiculous. I've got like 6 flashlights sitting here, multi-tools,
So
Swiss Army knives, Casio watches, all the shit that I was like, I would never do it, right? Because
yep,
I've always been like analog watches only, anti Swiss Army knife, anti multi-tool. I've
yep,
always had flashlights, but never really been one to grab the newest flashlight that's out, and I probably never will. But I have picked up quite a few lately.
yeah. Yeah, my desk right now is just covered with flashlight chargers. I've been charging different ones that I noticed were dead when I was checking this month. And so I have 5 different flashlight chargers. You have the micro USB, the USB-C charger, then you get like the multi-battery chargers and the Olight wireless proprietary chargers. So my
Yeah,
desk is just like a tangle of wires right now. It's a mess.
I think all mine are USB-C except for my weapon lights, which are O lights.
Yep.
Um, I think I'm running Olight Balder Mini on all of them. Oh, I know I've got the Balder Mini on a couple of them. What's up, Mike
Nice.
Reese? I
Up,
showed
Mike?
off the little pipe care package that you sent me from the show when we first started the live stream. So appreciate you sending me that. I got it, and I'm looking forward to trying some of those tobaccos that you sent. So appreciate that.
Yeah, the weather's been cooling off here in California, so it's been a lot nicer for cigars because I usually go down at night. So it's been like the 50s, yeah, around like midnight or so when I usually go down. So it's been perfect. I'll take like an e-bike down to the like main road, little nature area we have over here, and then just hang out for an hour, enjoy a cigar. It's always super quiet, clear skies, and good weather finally.
Yeah, I always do more pipe smoking in the cool weather months
Yep,
because I smoke outside. And in the dead of summer in Florida, it is just too hot. It's not that it's too hot to smoke the pipe, it's too hot to sit outside for a freaking hour and just
exactly.
cook. Even at nighttime, it's 90 degrees. Nobody wants that. Um,
Yeah,
so last week here, the highs were in the mid 70s and the lows at night hit the 50s. But this week it's right back up. We're touching 90 during the day and
ugh,
high 60s at night. That's usually how it goes this time of year.
yeah,
It's you know it, it'll get to the point where it gets cold in the house at night, so you have to turn the heater on in the morning just to get the chill out of the air. And then
yeah,
about an hour later, you have to switch it over to the air conditioning because it's hot outside and hot in the house. So
yeah.
that's the way it goes in Florida, in Northwest Florida, where I'm at anyway.
Yeah, fortunately ours is a little bit more stable, but it's still been pretty like
Yeah,
78, 77 at night when it's 100 degrees during the day, so it's
yeah. We're
still
not quite there
uncomfortable,
yet.
enough to be uncomfortable.
And then I've got some new stuff that I've had for a while, but I want to start playing with and do some videos on. And that's these
So that bow
Bow
thing?
Fang, yeah,
Yeah,
the
that's sweet.
UV5R. I've got 3 of them, and I got the little extra long antennas or whatever, and the little
Yep,
chirp cable to program all the channels and everything. And I haven't even begun to play with it yet. I turned them on today for the first time.
nice. Yeah, same thing for me. I picked up some extra ammo cans that I'm trying to Faraday out, so gonna
Oh
sand
yeah,
them down and add the, foil around the edges and whatnot. I got that aluminum tape, and
yeah,
I just haven't gotten around to it. I've been meaning to.
yeah. So I think I'm gonna dig into these this week and maybe do a video or two on them and take them out in the woods and try them out. I got 3 of them,
Nice,
and
love
then
it.
I got the little, they had like the extended battery that actually hangs off the bottom here. It's like a longer life battery. I picked up a few of those. It's not on here right now, but I don't know if there's any radio users out there, but I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, the FCC won't come and get me for broadcasting on the wrong channel.
Yeah. You froze for just a second there
There's
at the
a
perfect time.
channel that I like.
Right, when you said hopefully the FTC doesn't come in, and then just shut you down.
Yeah, they shut me down. They're like, you can't have that. You don't have a license. So there's a radio channel that I like to watch all the time. And the name of his channel is Not a Rubicon Productions. Not a Rubicon Productions. And he's just a radio guy. But his sense of humor is freaking awesome. And I could just watch him talk about radios all day, even though I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Yeah.
And he is forever dogging on those ham radio guys that are like, you have to have a license. You can't broadcast. You're doing it wrong. You're blah, blah, blah. He just loves ragging on those guys constantly. And I think it's awesome. It's like he trolls the ham radio community the way that I troll the knife community. And I think it's great.
Yeah, that's funny. I'm going to have to check that out. What'd you say it's called?
Not a Rubicon Productions. All one word. Not a Rubicon Productions.
Gotcha.
He's freaking awesome. And he calls those he calls them sad hams. The ham user guys that all geek out about it and say, "Oh, you got to have your license or the FCC is going to come get you."
Well, I think for listening, it doesn't matter. It's just broadcasting.
No. So. Yeah. Fucking, I don't know the difference. As long as you're not broadcasting over a police or first responder network, you're going to be okay.
You know, that I think there's people
that's what he says.
Right. But I think there's people in the ham radio community that will try and track people down that are broadcasting without a license, and you can do it by like triangulating the signal. And so there's like a whole community of people trying to track down, which is funny.
Whatever, dude. Yeah, not a Rubicon. Yeah, that's him. I think it's either Not a Rubicon or Not a Rubicon Production or something. He's freaking awesome. Yeah. He does some Jeep stuff too. Like I think he's into Jeeps and off-roads and stuff. He's just funny, man. He's got a very dry sense of humor, and he just absolutely loves to troll the radio community. And it's fun just to read the comments too, because he's like me. If somebody leaves a stupid ass comment, he can't just let it go. Like he has to respond. It's like in his DNA, the same way that it's in my DNA. I cannot just let it go. Yeah, but piss on that, man. I'm not getting. I'm just kind of like, don't tell me I have to get a license to talk on a damn walkie-talkie. Kiss my ass, FCC. That's how I feel about it. You know what I mean? Give me a.
The radios that I pick up actually only pick up the signal, so I can't transmit from mine either, or at all, even if I wanted to.
Those are called. Are those FRS? The ones that are
basically, something like that.
Yeah, the ones that are basically just walkie-talkies anyway. And
well, mine's just a receiver. Yeah, so it's just a receiver and no broadcasting. So I can't even like communicate with another one of it.
Oh, you can't talk at all.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Which I figured, I'm looking for, like, I got it for prepping stuff. If I'm listening for news, I don't know that I really need to broadcast. I don't know anyone who's on the ham radio network anyway. And so, get information without.
It's certainly not like when the shit hits the fan, I'm not going to be able to go, "Hey, Jake, can you hear me?" Know, it's not like it's going to broadcast that far anyway.
Right.
But I figure with the election coming up, I better at least know how to contact somebody in my community, or at least, my wife, if one of us has to go try to find gas or something and there's no communication. I don't know. I just thought it was cool. And
yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, I went down the little, not prepping per se. Like I haven't gone completely crazy with it.
Yeah.
But I've just trying to plug some holes that I know that I have. You know what I mean? Like communication. If communication goes down, I got nothing. Right? So, like if cell phones go out, what am I going to do? So,
Yeah.
and then some first aid stuff. Like I've got basic first aid shit, but I needed more.
Right.
So I've been kind of working on that stuff. And I got a water purifier thingy
Nice.
that I want to try. One of those. It does like, I don't know, 5 or 6 liters, the little drip bag.
That's cool.
The little slow kind. But
yeah, I've definitely been boosting my first aid. I should get some more radio communication stuff because Verizon's been going down lately, where you'll see like it's SOS only. I think it went down
yeah,
for the whole country for like 4 or 5 hours at one point.
did it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea to have some sort of communication because, when you think about how fragile the communication and the power grid really is, it wouldn't
Right.
take much for all that shit to go down, and then we're really screwed.
Well, have you seen that the entire
What's
country of
up?
Cuba, the power grid went down
Did it really?
for a few
No, I didn't
days?
see that.
Their power grid is still like powered by combustion, so it's not super surprising. But they were down for a few days. People's like everything in their fridge rotted and went bad. They finally got back online, and they don't even know if it's permanent or if they're not going to be able to sustain it. Because I think what
Uh,
happened was they couldn't pay the fuel bill to import enough fuel to power the country, and
that's
so
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, it probably was a government test. I believe it's all government tests. They're trying to see how far they can push us before they can just shut it all down. What's up, brother?
What's going on?
Yeah, Aaron from X5 Knives. What's up, brother? Jake from Very Good Knife Company. Ron Dobbins. What's up, my man? Yes, please hit that thumbs up button. We definitely appreciate it.
For sure. I haven't seen Byron in the chat today, but I know he's done a couple of his 500 subscriber giveaways, like 2 out of the 4, I want to say. So definitely check him out. He's over 500 now and getting in those giveaways. So always good to have an opportunity to win free stuff, right?
Yeah, I haven't seen any of his videos in my feed. I think
Yeah,
YouTube probably unsubscribed me. You know what I mean? It's like
it's possible. Yeah,
you never realize until you think of a channel and then you're like, you know what? I haven't seen shit from them in a long time. And then you go and look and you're no longer subscribed. I'm like,
right.
I did not unsubscribe. So
Yeah. I forget who that happened with recently. I noticed one that I'm positive I was subscribed to and I was no longer. But then they also just bury ones you are subscribed to. If you subscribe to too many channels, it'll just show you the recent ones.
yeah, I might be subscribed to too many. And then of course there's the ones that I kind of go through and watch more regularly than others,
Right.
but I try to at least, when I first started this shit, I was trying to watch everybody's video every day and comment on everything and reply to all my comments. It does not take long before that is impossible. You know what I
For
mean?
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the same
So
way.
I at least try to go through all the channels that I'm subscribed to and like hit them up at least once a week,
Right.
and
Even
just
if
be
it's
like,
not every video. Yeah. Just
right. And
show
just
some support.
right to let them know, hey, I still see you, I still support you, but I think most content creators understand it's freaking hard to keep up.
For sure. I'm still trying to keep up with comments. I feel like that's the most important thing. People take the
Yeah.
time to watch the video and comment. Might as least you can do is try
Yeah.
and respond to as many as possible. I know at some point that becomes impossible for these big, like 100,000 subscriber channels, but for now it's still somewhat manageable. I still
Yeah.
respond to, I think, probably 98% of comments. I really
Yeah.
just ignore troll comments and leave those there, but that's about it.
Yeah. Me too. Um, some of them I just don't respond to because I'm like, yeah, it's a dumbass comment. It's not worthy of me blocking you, but it's also not worthy of a response. So
Right. Yeah, I think
I'll at least.
usually if you just leave them there, people will respond to them for you also.
Yeah.
Because like
I did,
when it's something that's just so egregious, people will see it and be like, "Oh, that's annoying," and respond.
yeah,
And so I don't even bother responding to those. And sometimes people respond to them, sometimes they don't. But either way, I just kind of leave them sitting there.
I did notice
The Fireball is sweet, by the way.
on my trolling videos, like where I was just giving people a hard time about this and just joking, but the average person that comes along and sees a single short doesn't know shit about me, and they don't know that, like, I might have been dogging it out in a short, but I did a full video where I said, yeah, it's a decent knife. I mean, it's not
Right,
a game changer, but it's decent. All they see is the short. And so they blast me. But I did notice that some of like my regular viewers will respond to those comments and be
right.
like, you're such a dumbass. And I'm like, yeah, I don't have to call them a dumbass because you guys are doing it for me. Appreciate that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty funny that especially with those, it's like intentional trolling. And you would think it seems obvious, but the way the shorts algorithm works, it just feeds it to people who's never
Yeah.
come across your channel, which is a good thing in
Yeah.
the sense of like finding new audiences. But at the same time, it does just really fuel the fire on those.
Robo, I respond to all your comments.
I watched
Unless
this
there's
channel. Oh, go ahead, sir.
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say I watched this channel. I think it's called All Luck Angel. It's a little motorcycle channel. He only does shorts, and he's definitely playing into it. I don't think people realize, but every time he makes a video, he ends like his sentences sort of in a question, and it kind of sounds a little bit like zesty. And I think he did one video, it got a lot of engagement, and now every comment on those videos is just people kind of like joking and taking the piss out of him
Yeah,
for that. And I just think
that's
it's so
awesome.
funny because like he's clearly 100% playing into it. He edits it that way so that people will engage with it.
Yeah, yeah. I do care too much about what people think. That's always been the case with me. That'll never change. That's just who I am. Sometimes I take shit personally that I should just let roll off my back. It's just who I am. Uh, the new Winter Blade. Which one are we talking about?
He's got a few new models.
Yeah, he's got some new shit. The last thing that I saw was the Winterblade Severn. You saw
Right.
that too, but he's got two new ones that I know of
I
since
think even
then.
more than that. I mean, I
Is
guess it
it?
might just be different, multiple configurations of them. That might be what I'm thinking. But
I think I saw him on Jim Skelton's channel.
yeah,
Yeah, screw them all.
yeah. So he's gonna be doing a big drop sometime this month, I believe. So before the next 8 days or so, 8 or 9 days. But he has that M Fire. I think he's gonna have more of the Severn, the Veyron,
Veyron,
and
that's one of the new ones, isn't it?
yeah, yeah, exactly. More of the Factor. I have a Bats 3 Factor. I'm gonna replace the carbon fiber backspacer here with the push lever. Right now, it doesn't have the lever in it, but definitely gonna replace that. I love the ting on this one. But I just like all the stuff he does. He does weird stuff, and I think that's cool. I like seeing companies that are doing anything different from the norm.
I think I like the Factor better than I like the Severn. I don't know what it
I do.
was about the Severn, but it just didn't give me the fizz the same way the Factor did.
Yeah, for me, I just like smaller knives. I think it's got a more satisfying action to it and a little bit less
Yeah,
in the deployment methods, which it's just kind of does what it does very, very well.
yeah. Let's see. Let me
I do
pull
like
up.
the lock, the stealth lock on the Severn, though. It is very cool.
See, I didn't like that. That was
Right.
part of what I didn't like. For me, I thought it was hard to get to. Maybe I was freaking doing it wrong or something.
I think you'd like if you went with the Shark Lock from Demco, it's similar, but it's not as subtle. So the Stealth Lock is barely exposed, but the Shark Lock has that big kind of fin that's exposed, easy to grab onto. Same with the CIVIVI Vision. I forget what they call their lock, but that one's also really easy to access. It's just kind of a more natural position. I think with the Severn, it's so tucked in that if you're not used to that style of lock, it's easy to miss.
Yeah. Let's see here. Let me share this screen. Let's check out what Winter Blade's got going on here.
Gotcha. Let's show off this Remington bullet knife from 2022 while you do that.
So what is this? The 8?
The 8?
The 8-ite?
Yeah,
The
that looks
I?
like it. That looks very similar to the Factor, except that maybe it has the two-sided lock where the Factor was only one. But it has the
Well,
same kind of push-through lever and the same deployment.
hang on, I'm gonna switch internet again.
Sure.
All right. I like that red and blue anodized. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Man, he's got a bunch of handle variants.
Yeah, I think he said this is the biggest drop he's ever done. So there should be a lot of.
Yeah, he's got 5 different versions of the 8-ite, M-Fire. Oh, that's got a little side lock thingy, kind of an axis lock sort of dealio.
I wonder if it is an axis lock or if it's like a sort of compression lock. It also kind of looks like you can just press it in.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. I haven't watched any videos on it yet. I've seen a few of them dropping where people have all of them. I know like Birdshot and Metal Complex and maybe Neves got a bunch of each of the different variants in, but I haven't watched any of them yet.
It's an I-lock, compression spring-based locking mechanism. Whatever that means. Yeah, I do like that he does that he's always trying to innovate. You know what I mean? Instead of just doing the same old shit.
I like that grain.
Yeah, I like that too. Yeah, so then the Veyron, the M-Fire, and the 8. Yeah, he's dropping a bunch of shit.
And he's dropping more of the Bats 3 Factors as well.
Oh, okay. So that's why that's up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of did.
I'll pull this one back up since I was littler, or small screen earlier. Remington Big Barlow.
Nice. Is that a GEC made?
Yeah. Yeah, the 2022 bullet knife with the sterling silver bullet shield.
Heck yeah. Yeah, Aaron, that happens, man. When you, it happened for me anyway. It had got to a point where I was getting so many modern folders that after a while they just kind of become samey, and so it's easier to fall into that slip joint stuff. So I didn't completely go away from folders, but I just got a lot more selective about them. You know what I mean? Instead of just getting all that shit, it all starts to become the same. So I've gotten a lot more selective.
Yeah, I definitely got a little bit burned out on modern folders for a while. Went really deep in the traditional rabbit hole, and now I'm kind of back. Like taking a 6 months break from them and just really getting what came in subscription services and stuff like that really refreshed my interest in them enough. So now I can go kind of either way. Folders, fixed blades, traditionals, enjoy all of them.
Mini Militol. What's up, John? Addicted to blades. I see Steins. What's up, Steins? So did you see the one where Steins almost cut his freaking head off?
No.
So he does like hard use stuff, kind of the way Scab does, basically.
Right.
It's different, right? He's got his own style. But I don't know. I think he had like a Work Tough Gear knife or something. I don't remember exactly what knife it was.
Back at him.
Yeah, he threw it into a stump, and the shit bounced back and nicked his neck right there. I was like, dude, if that had hit your jugular or something, you would have been in trouble, my man.
Yeah. My wife almost accidentally stabbed me with the Necronaut Fixie.
Really? How'd that happen?
she was checking it out, but I didn't give her the sheath. So when she like went to give it back to me, she stood up and just went right into my stomach. And I luckily jumped backwards as it was happening, but right into my stomach.
Yeah, yeah. That's what happens, Ken. When being more selective just means spending more money because you get tired of the basic G10 drop points, and so they just don't interest you anymore,
Yeah,
which means
100%.
the price point increases. Yeah, knife safety is not overrated. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah, dude, you could have died from that. That was some scary shit, and it just came right back at his face like at a beeline. It just boom, bounced straight back.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Accidentally. Haven't you seen Dateline?
yeah,
Would be suspect number one. You're right.
yeah. Jake, I think that's an hour already, man.
Oh, dang. Yeah, you're right. Over an hour. Always
Yeah,
goes faster than you think. Well, hopefully I'll
yeah,
have some new knives to show next week. We'll see what happens at CCKS. Really hoping not to spend too much money, but last time that was the case, I think I spent more than ever. So
yeah. That's best laid plans, right?
yeah,
So
exactly.
go check out blackwaternifecode.com. Still got some of these available. Get yourself one for Christmas. Promise you will freaking love it. Um, and Ken Faulkner grabbed one. I hope that you love it, my friend. Um,
Yeah. And
so
thank you
next
to
week,
Illuminati and Cheeto for holding it down.
yeah, appreciate you guys
Definitely
always
check
very
them out
much.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, make sure you go subscribe to those guys. Uh, so next week over on your channel,
Yep.
and then I spoke to Scab from Choir Boys Cutlery to see if he wanted to hop on the show one time, and he said anytime in the next few weeks. We'll just work out the schedule, so that'll be
Perfect.
fun. We just shoot the shit about knives, and he can show us some of his big giant freaking cold steels that he carry.
Right. Yeah, now I'll be handing out business cards at CCKS, so we'll be able to intro to a couple more makers and maybe get them on the show as well.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We will see you next week over on Jake's channel, same time.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it. Hope everyone has a great week. Thanks for tuning in.
See ya.